Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Spectrobes Origins, episode 31. We were going to go to the Jado for you today, and I wanted to so bad because Jado is such a good boss fight, Mount Awakening and all that. Unfortunately, sort of unfortunately.
Not really.
Yeah, he's interesting.
Boss
Whatever
fight.
the case, I'll keep on topic. So we were going to do that, but we decided that since we were at the end of the game and we just finished Balmud, we have a greater task at hand. We have to show you all the rest of the Spectrobes that we haven't shown you up to this point, just so you guys can see all the different Spectrobes within this game within our guide, because if you wander off to a different guide, I've failed at my job as a host, and which makes me sad.
Host thingy, I'm in the control of the game, that's all I know.
Yeah, whatever the case. So we have 6 different Spectrobes for you this part of the episode ready for you today, 6 of them, and then there's 7 more Spectrobes that we're going to evolve at a different point. One of them being Komai Inu, who will be done by himself just because you can only do 6 Spectrobes at a time, and since Komai Inu is the only fossil we haven't excavated, we'll just evolve him by his own, because 7 doesn't work with 6.
Yeah, considering that we've got 13 left and 6 right here,
so... Kind of makes me want to think of the joke, why was 6 afraid of 7? Because 7, 8, 9. Anyways, back on topic. That was a terrible joke. Everybody heard it anyway.
Okay.
Anyway, we've shown you this monkey in the past. We showed him to you because he was the first memory type Spectrobe fossil that we got. So we did use him for a while, and he was alright as a Spectrobe because he's a fire distance type, and you would think he would go around punching things because of his biceps and stuff like that, and his shoulder muscles. I mean, look at those. But he
just look at that thing.
I mean, seriously,
he
would, like, you can see him walking up to something like he does, and then he'd be like, Captain Falcon punch, boom, and then they just explode because he kind of had cannons on his backside. Whatever the case. So but unfortunately, they don't quite bring him up to par how we would like him, but he's still all right. Anyways, on to the next Spectrum.
Had circumstances been different, we probably would have actually had him in our team. He just, unfortunately, we found that until later in the game, there's just not much use for a long range.
Well, I mean, he's not even all that great for long range.
Now, this guy is kind of interesting. He kind of evolves into a doghouse, more or less.
Yeah, he's kind of interesting. I mean, he's not exactly the prettiest thing ever, and when I say pretty, I mean he's stinking ugly. But, I mean, he's slightly cool.
Look at him, he's so slow.
How is he with fighting? I think we've used him, like, one time in the past, but he was, like, so insignificantly mediocre. He wasn't bad, he was just so significantly mediocre. He's like forgettable up the wazoo. But
like, look at that. He's like walking around in his own doghouse, pretty much.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. I feel like his face should come out both ends of that, just because he's so symmetrical on both sides of his body. Whatever the case, on to the next Spectrum. But so here's the penguin, and the penguin you guys have seen in the past as well. And so I don't remember why we didn't end up using it, just because it wasn't as fantastic as all the other water types. Water type still being my favorite type in this game, just because it has so many nice fighting people. But he's alright. He's kind of slow. I believe his attacks are just like he kind of spins around.
He's kind of like the turtle in a way, or something like
that. The turtle really was. I mean, if you guys know what turtle we're talking about, we actually used that turtle as one of our main Spectrobes throughout the game the first time, and I loved him just because I love turtles. But he really wasn't all that good. In the end, we dropped him. Penguin, same thing. We used him, didn't like him.
It reminds me of something from either Avatar or Pokemon.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Now I know what I'm thinking of. I'm thinking about the ice boss from Twilight Princess.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It does kind of look like that. It also reminds me of something from this game called Dark Souls. If it was a little bit slimmer, kind of cuter, kawaii, and had a little tail come out of its backside, it could be Priscilla. Whatever the case. Anyways, Dark Souls 2, we're gonna be so excited for that, but that's a different game. Whatever.
Anyways, but yeah, so
this thing we never really understood. He was one of the lame child type Spectrobes, became a pretty decent mid-sized Spectrobe, and then I believe his evolution is actually pretty sweet.
He's a Viking ship.
Is he?
Yes.
How does that work?
Well, he starts off as like a little life preserver, and then he becomes something canoe or something, and now he's a boat.
Oh, I never thought he was a
Viking
Viking boat. He's
Viking
actually,
ship.
oh, actually, you're actually very right about that, which is weird. Yeah, I'm not sure what to say about that.
Is that a burn?
What? No, I don't know what you're talking. I don't even know what you're saying.
You're saying you're actually right about that. Weird.
Oh, whatever. Oh, I see. That's not how I meant it, but I'll take it because, you know. Whatever the case. So, we've also used this guy in the past before. He's actually pretty decent. It's a range type, isn't it?
It also, yeah, or something like that.
It's a range type. I believe it's shoes. Oh, shoes. I said shoes because I saw the shoes for a second.
Yeah,
never mind. It shows.
He also reminds me of something from Twilight Princess.
Yeah.
You know the thing with that you claw shot onto?
Yeah, kind of. But anyways, he kind of shoots from a distance, and he's all right. But like the monkey, he's not the best range type out there. But he does an all right job for being a beginning type Spectrum. His evolution, as you can see, is actually pretty sweet, which is strange how so many Spectrums in this game go from being completely stupid to totally cool, and then from totally cool to stupid. From what?
It reminds me of a peacock. See,
yeah.
like even with the tail. Look at that.
Well, see, it might be based on something like that. I know the peacocks.
It's like it's got the face, and then it's got like the tail
feathers.
on the tail. It's got the same design.
It's got the pretty leaves. It's fabulous. Whatever the case. Find those little shoes just so we can get them out of the way finally. If you guys remember from the beginning of the series, these shoes.
Named it Taboo.
Yeah, Homer Man named it Taboo simply because that they're stupid. They're beyond stupid.
They're not even the same pair of shoes.
They're like the Pokemon that are made like ice cream cones. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. They're like the Pokemon.
So first they're sandals, then they're sneakers, and what do you get after sneakers?
Oh, it's a little bit more masculine. I'll give you that hint. And you get
cowboy boots.
Yeah, which cowboy boots doesn't make any sense. I mean, they're decent fighters. But they really can't pull it off just because they're so stupid.
Yeah, and then if you notice in their like sandal stage, they were actually off color, so it'd be like you were wearing one black shoe and a white shoe, except in this case it was a pink shoe and a white shoe. It was like, what? It's like wearing two different colored socks, except way worse.
Well, see, two different colored socks people often do on purpose. Whatever the case. But Homer Man did call it Taboo, and he kind of put it in his own box just so he could be alone for the entirety of the game. I think it was like box 9 or something like that.
Box 7.
Box 7? Why would you do that? That's a lucky box.
I know, right? Actually, no, it's box 10. So, I should move it to box 13 now, though.
Anyways, so I hope you guys enjoyed this little introduction to the rest of the, well, half of the rest of the Spectrobes. We got 7 more coming up for you next part of this episode.
Wait.
What?
So, penguins. With the whole penguin thing, I kind of ended up thinking about a reference, and I just can't hold it in anymore. Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge series. Penguins! Hey Yugi, don't you think that Taya seems a little different? Hit friendship. No, she seems perfectly fine.
She seems just the same. Yeah, that was funny. Anyway, so that's the end of this part of the episode. So we'll see you guys next time with the last 7 ready to go. So, been J-Ron.
Been Homer Man 76.
And we'll see you real soon.